Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tshiamo Morathane. I know it's been a while. And the thing that I must never like keep posting on Instagram that I'm gonna post a video, because I don't know, I'll probably recorded like 5 videos. And like something about it, and then I didn't post it. And yeah, so hopefully I actually post this one. I think I will though. So as you can see by the title of the video, this is going to be a video about my mental health, which is something I've been struggling with for years now. But it's been terrible for like the past 2 months. It's been a lot. I think the past 2 months were just, it's a lot. But anyway, that's what this video is gonna be about. So to start things off, I was raised by my mom and my grandparents, which are her parents. My dad's parents were also very much present in my life when I was growing up. My dad passed away when I was 3, I think, if I'm not mistaken, 3 or 4. So I was living for most of the time, I was living with my mom and her parents, which are my grandparents, obviously. So so I honestly think the problem, or rather the roots to a lot of things, started in primary, because I can say I was bullied a lot. Also in high school, but in high school it was I don't know what word to use, but I'll say subtle for the lack of a better word. But in primary it was a thing of I'd get beaten up, like, and because I was someone who doesn't know how to fight, but I've never really been in a physical fight, so I wouldn't know if I can, whatever. So it was a thing of like this girl like slapped me and all of that, and I didn't like react or anything, I just ran away and all of that. But anyway, I don't even want to go into context of that. But I really think that is one of the roots of like the things that contributed to my mental illness. So fine, high school happened, and I think I was in grade 11. I was in grade 11, and I had a very complicated relationship with one of my battery with my economics teacher. In the beginning, it was just a thing of I would get chased out of class almost every day, because we'd fight. Obviously not physically, but like it would always be me and her, like njalo nje siyalwa yabo. So I think she realized that this is not normal and like something is going on, So there's a whole story to it. My best friend knows the whole story about it. Was a long journey, is what I'm saying basically. So we became close, and I found solace in her. And then she ended up seeing that it was getting out of hand in terms of like my feelings and my depression, and then she referred me to our school therapist, which I went to. And then after our first session, which was around about an hour and a half, she diagnosed me with anxiety and depression and anxiety, whatever. I don't know why I just did that, but yeah, she diagnosed me, and then she let me know that I'm gonna have to get on meds if I wanna get to matric, and actually, if I want to pass, even past actually getting to matric, but passing grade 11, because my marks were spiraling. Yeah, we left it at that. But what got to me and what actually put me off with just going to therapy in general was the fact that after I left her office, she contacted my mom and she told her everything. And at the time I wasn't living with her. She had moved to Pretoria for work. So I was living with my grandparents, and my mom called my gran and told her everything that happened, or rather what the therapist told her and everything. And when I got home, nje kahle nje, not thinking ukuthi the therapist actually like told someone about everything, literally everything that we spoke about, which I don't think is right, not even me thinking it's right. I don't think it's something that is it's some I don't think it's something that she was supposed to have done. Like, I know a lot about like psychology and therapy, so I know that confidentiality is a big thing. But anyway, she did that. But I also think that it was at a point where maybe she thought I would try and unalive myself or something, so she had to, like, I guess, voice it. So fine, I get home and my grand sits me down and she's just like, this is what happened, I spoke to your mom and everything. So exactly what is it, what depresses you, what do we not do for you, what, because when you ask for something you get it and everything. She's just like all those questions that you really don't need to be asked when you're going through such so yeah, it was a lot. Honestly, it was a lot in the beginning, but yeah, so eventually I carried on seeing the therapist, and she kept on talking to my mom. By the way, my mom was like, I'm not gonna get on meds because she just feels like, I don't want to say she doesn't feel like it. She doesn't feel like it's that deep, but her reasoning behind it was that she doesn't want me to be like a zombie, which is partially like what happens to you when you're on meds. Like you don't feel anything. You Google it. I'm not trying to explain, like, educate yourself. I'm not trying to educate people on that, but anyway, that's what she didn't want. So she was just like, just continue going to her and speaking to her, but I'm not gonna allow it, so yeah, I didn't go on them, and I carried on seeing her. So they would constantly communicate. This is my mom and the therapist. And eventually my mom decided to move back to Johannesburg, simply for my mental health, for her to be there for me and all of that. And she did move back. And then I sat her down because that was my matric year, and I told her that I want to take a gap year because for obvious reasons I wasn't okay, and I felt like I don't want to go to school, waste money, I fail, and endings being failing. So luckily enough, she did agree to it, and she was like, it's fine, she understands, but she really expects me to go back to school, and yeah, which I did eventually. So I think, yeah, during my gap year, I wasn't like just idle at home. I did do a short course in IT, and then yeah, I did that. And then so I also got a tattoo. I didn't take care of it, so like it didn't heal properly in terms of the shading. It's a semicolon because I am someone who used to self-harm, and I remember on that day I promised myself that I would never do that again, simply because there was a crazy incident that happened where I was trying to analyze myself by self-harming, and yeah, my gran was just traumatized, and just that look on her face made me just decide that yeah, I'm gonna try to push through, you know, because I couldn't, yeah, it was a lot seeing her like that. But anyway, my first, I wanted to show you guys my tattoo, but it's not like, because I am planning on getting another tattoo, but a big one. I'm just like, I'm trying to gather my strength to finally go get the tattoo, because it's a big one, and it's gonna be red ink, and apparently red ink is like more painful than using black. But anyway, this is the tattoo. So I don't know, I think you can see that it didn't heal properly, like with the shading, because he didn't cover it, because I think I also didn't like research like things about tattoos before I got it. It was like a compulsive thing, not impulsive. It was an impulsive thing, and yeah, he didn't advise me even on how to like treat it and everything. So, but it's whatever. I should have researched it, and yeah, I'm not really blaming him. But anyway, so I also developed very unhealthy coping mechanisms. Like, I can say the normal one, which is drinking. Oh my gosh, like I would party because I was working, right? I say I was because I'm not working anymore, because yeah, there's something I'll be doing this year. But yo, I have a friend of mine, we met at work. Her name is Tshiamo, and we would every single weekend, like the whole weekend, we are partying, we're drinking, we're doing this. So I saw that it's like, even at home they told me, girl, get a grip, get a fucking grip, because you don't even come home and all of that. And I didn't care, you know, I didn't care. Like, you know, when you look at something in hindsight, and you're just like, what the hell was going on? Like, what was going on? Like, I'd leave Friday morning to go to work, and I'd come back Sunday night. I'm not proud. And that went on for like a good 5 months. It came to a point where when I didn't like have plans, I'd come back from work on a Friday, my grandma would be like, oh really? How? Okay. Literally, it got to that point. I just I think I got closer to God more than anything, because all this time I was living for everyone else but myself. Like I mentioned earlier, I stopped self-harming simply because of the trauma that I saw, that I didn't like when I put my grand through it. I wasn't putting myself first, in the sense of now I want to live for myself. It was a thing of, I'm gonna live for my grand, because me dying is gonna affect her and my mom too, because I'm the only child. So I was always thinking of other people, and I wasn't putting myself first. I wasn't thinking of myself in such a serious situation, and in such a, when I was like, words fail me, but I think you guys get what I'm trying to say. So I found God in the sense of I just started praying, because I stopped praying for years, like when my paternal grandmother passed away, because on Sabbath, and I used to go with her every Saturday to church. So anything that was literally associated with God was just a trigger. So yeah, I found God again, and I started praying. I would read the Bible maybe twice a week, you know, like baby steps, but I would pray every night and every morning. I would listen to gospel more, because I feel like even at church, like, I don't like when people are preaching, like when the pastor's preaching, when there's like people talking. I really love worshiping. I love songs. I love music, and as in a whole, wow, as a whole. So yeah, I think my personal way of praising God is through music, is through listening to gospel, you know, is through finding songs that resonate with me and when I'm in that space. So that's how it came about, and I stopped letting people steal my joy, like, and allowing people to be my joy. I don't know if I'm making sense. Like, I stopped. I was just like, even though like I really would care for someone, I would always just pull myself to myself, like to self, and just be like, I am my own happiness. God forbid this person leaves like my life, be it a boyfriend, be it a friend, be it even family members. I was just like, I am my joy. Yeah, like if you leave, you leave, and I'll still be happy and I'll still be content with like my life, because I had a really bad tendency of giving my all to people who didn't give a fuck about me, you know. So I learned to stop that, and it really helped me. I don't want to lie, in terms of healing, in terms of accepting things, that traumatic things that I went through. Yeah, it helped me a lot, because yeah, there was just certain things that have happened that I really, for years, I felt like that person stole my joy, like so yeah, I got to learn that, and through a book that my best friend bought for me. I think I will maybe put a picture of it at the end of the video. It's a self-help book for depression, I think, and anxiety. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that it is depression. So yeah, it's just a self-help thing, but you really have to apply yourself and be ready to like do the work and start the healing process. You can't just read the book and fill in, because it has a few things where you can write and all of that. You can't do that if you're not ready, or you're not ready to, yeah, when you're not ready to give your all, or you're not ready to heal. I don't know if I'm making sense, but yeah. So I think I'm gonna mention things personally that are signs of like maybe an episode, you know. Because I remember when I used to post a lot that because I'm very open about my mental health, so I remember I'm not like saying, a lot of you have been sending me things and asking me things. No, it was literally like 2 or 3 people that were just like, how did I know? Besides, or rather before I was diagnosed, like what were the things that made me realize it was contact off, you know? So I think first of all, just my first thing was insomnia. I would like switch off my phone, lay in bed, be ready to fall asleep. 1, 2, 3, there's birds are chirping. Another thing, I would push people away. I don't know, like I I enjoyed I enjoyed being alone so much. Like, not even enjoyed, I wanted no one in my space. I do have those moments still now, but like I feel like everyone that's in my life at the moment understands that part about me, that I normally just, because I have social anxiety, so I normally just need a good 4 hours alone in a day to not talk to anyone. You know, I'm also the type of person, I'm not a morning person, so I'm the type to defrost. I need to defrost before any human contact, like in the morning. But yeah, also just not taking care of yourself, like, yeah, I know you guys understand what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't want to get too much into it, but like just not taking care of yourself, not seeing the point, really. Also just anxiety. Like, I think everyone would associate anxiety with like a feeling that you feel when something happens, like when you're, like, for example, you're on what is it called, when you're at like a theme park and you go on the rides, you know, that feeling when something's going on, like, you know, like people associate it with events that happen that are maybe sudden or anything. So imagine feeling like that all the time, you know. So that's when I saw that content off, because I have that feeling, like 90% of the time I have that feeling, like I'm always anxious. So also that was just a sign that something was totally off. So I think my coping mechanisms, I wrote them down. Biggest one is praying. I do prioritize self-care days. Yeah. Like normally that would be Saturday, because Sunday I'm normally with my boyfriend. I also have very good friends that I can openly, well, yeah, I can say, I was gonna say one, but it's two, that I can openly just like say anything, you know, like speak about absolutely anything, and there wouldn't be like an awkwardness or that feeling of, oh my gosh, I was oversharing, you know, that feeling. So I don't, gosh, she's like, guys, yo. And my thing is, I don't know I know you guys saw the first clip, yo, when I switched on the fan, my head did a thing. But now I forgot what I was saying. Yes, I have friends. Like, I never feel like I overshare, and I do speak about a lot of things that people would consider things that you should be keeping to yourself. I finally do have full support from my grandparents and my mom in terms of my mental health. Like, they're fully supportive, and I think they're finally getting to understand what it is, what it's about, and how to deal with me, how to help me, how to take care of me when I'm clearly not okay. In terms of how I am at the moment, I think more than anything, I'm not okay. But I'm also okay. I don't know how to put it. Maybe it's complacency of this feeling, but it's January, and I'm gonna be, in a few days, I'm gonna be going to my cousins. I'm gonna be going to my aunt's house. They live in Potchefstroom, so that place is very serene and everything. So I just want to reset and plan my year, and just prepare to put my all in it, and just, yeah, in everything that I do, and just push, and just tell myself that no matter if I'm feeling like this, I have to do things, I have to do this, I have to show up, I have to put the work, I have to do the work, you know, because since I'm matriculated, there's a lot of things where if I don't feel like doing it, or if I feel anxious or whatever, I would just be like, then fuck it, I'm not gonna do it, you know. I don't want that anymore, because I feel like I'm blocking my own blessings in some way. And there's just certain things that really just need you to be consistent, to work hard, to push through it, like even though it's not necessarily going your way or anything, but you need to like push. I'm going to use a stupid example, like exercising, you know. Obviously there like, because I have started, but just at home, and I'm eating clean. So my thing is, you see, with those two things, if you obviously you always crave things, you always crave, like for example, I always crave chicken licken, but it's because I've decided to just like be consistent. I fight, and I'm just like, no, I'm not gonna buy that. And with exercising in the morning, I'm just like, I need to defrost, I need to do that, but I push through. So in me doing that and being consistent, I think that that word explains a lot, in terms of what I'm saying. It really would, that's what it takes. That's really what it takes. It's just, yeah, it's just really a decision. Would say I'm not gonna let this win, I'm gonna push, and that's it. So yeah, I think this is the end of the video, my first video for 2023. Hopefully I will be consistent. I really want to try this vlogging thing, but I always just like end up posting on like TikTok, but I have deleted a lot of my videos on TikTok, like even Instagram, you know. So I'm gonna try and like just mix and not only have sit downs this year. I'll try to be consistent. But yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed your December, and I guess Happy New Year, even though it's late. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please do comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on my next video.